Part 2, just listen to what they say. Listen to who they bring to Israel.
Listen and read the top of what his post says. That pastor is funded by Israel. That is a black pastor being funded by Israel. Now, when I was 10 years old, I was sitting in church being taught about Jesus on the cross from a Sunday school teacher who had also been indoctrinated into what to believe about Jesus on the cross. Now, I was in Hawaii at the time. And there I am sitting in Sunday school with my identical twin sister sitting next to me, other kids sitting around, and we're all eyes peeled on that teacher, putting this data into our brains. Someone can do a AI generated script. Kids since 1979, since the 60s, sitting in Sunday school, just getting that messaging that Ted Cruz then was raised in America and point blank said he was going to Congress for one thing, and that is to serve Israel. So how many black Congress people, how many black pastors are serving Israel and not the black community? So again, there I am sitting in church being taught about Jesus on the cross. And I have one of my many anomalous experiences where a non-human intelligence is showing me that the dream world that we live in isn't real. And in this instance, what was being shown to me was that the psychological data that was being pumped into children's minds in churches, that was being pumped into my mind at the age of 10, that it was a lie, that it wasn't true. And so I went home at 10 years old and I first I raised my hand and I said to the teacher, I said, that's not true. What you're teaching is not true. And she told me to put my hand down and be quiet, let her teach. I went home and told my parents, please never send me back because they are lying about Jesus. Now, here's what I want to know. How many of you, my black brothers and sisters, cousins, friends, whatever, brown, whoever you are listening to this, how many of you have sat in church and known that what was being taught to you was not true? That's fuzz. That is not an orb. That is fuzz. Don't make stuff up. That was fuzz. How many? How many of you know? Now, if you know, and it has been in you to speak to this, please raise your voice, especially if you're a pastor, if you're a minister, if you're a former pastor, if you know what is happening to the black community. Because listen to me, at the same time that I was having this experience in church, right, where I was being taught that what was being taught about Jesus on the cross was a lie, at home I was having, and in my community, there were young white boys who were being raised also who were being raised in Christian nationalist homes, who were being also taught the same thing, Schofield Bible coming down and being injected into the communities, black and white. And these young white boys were being taught what? That brown people were the problem. And so these young white boys were doing what? Being taught to go after young black people. Can you all see it? This brother's been teaching us. Listen to what he's saying. Because in the black community, the pastors, many of them are being paid. We want to bring them back. We want to get them their minds back and get them back on the pulpit for Christ in the name of their community. That's what we want.
Part 2, just listen to what they say. Listen to who they bring to Israel to talk to. These black leaders, this is what they do, and this is what they say. Come to your own conclusion. I'm just giving my 2 cents. Again, shout out to IUIC from always pointing, boom, 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 the dots. Bam, point to that dot, point to that dot. Then they connect that shit. Let's go.
I had last week dinner, sit-down dinner at my house with 40 people.
Stop. Go back. She has an accent, so I want to read what she said.
I had last week dinner, sit-down dinner at my house with 40 people.
Stop. Read that, Yuri.
I had last week a sit-down dinner at my house for 40 people.
So let's see who the 40 people she invited to her house. Play on.
which are considered the leadership of the black community.
Stop.
Which I considered the leadership of the black community.
Your black leaders are blind. They're blinded by gifts and presents and money. So she had a secret meeting with the white folks, and she revealed she had a meeting with 40 black leaders who's going to work with them. Or for them, right? Go ahead.
And be very important.
Many very important people.
They can be part of our doing an activity.
They can be part of our doing and activities.
An activity.
Pro-Israel groups are trying to cultivate a new generation of black leaders that is pro-Israel by bringing them to AIPAC conferences on all expenses paid trips.
Stop! Y'all hear what he said? That's how they create black leaders.
But the nation that carries the name of our God is getting shot up. And how many of his sons and daughters really care though?
Because we don't care. We see with our own eyes what's going on over there. We seen who attacked who. We seen that. But you gonna tell us why we don't care when we are being attacked right now here in America. Rights taken away. But your bald-headed ass want to worry about motherfuckers clear across the world who got so much effect on the world, who got so much wealth. They amass so much wealth here in America. But you niggas, this nigga want us to worry about them? This nigga is getting paid. He will not speak on what's really going on, especially in our own community. Fund it.
We're just busy eating breakfast and doing what we do. Never mind that the nation of Israel is in a war. Not an attack, a full-scale war. Now, my family, anytime Israel's in a war, for me, I pay attention to.
You gotta pay attention. They paying you. That's what they paying you to do, is to pay attention. They giving you what to say. They giving you the agenda. But people are not blind anymore. People are waking up.